Okay. All right. So we are recording this June 8th at 6:45. This is the West Seattle Tool Library Zoom call. Go ahead, Guy. Please give us a treasurer's report.
Okay, I'm going to open up with our profit and loss for May of 2020, a document I sent out via email. So what I've decided to do is do a comparison from this point forward um, with the last year's numbers for this period in time. So you guys are aware that yes, COVID has seriously affected our revenue. So if you want to open up the statement of the P&L for May 2020, you'll see that in May, we were essentially about $2,000 down in terms of total revenues. The the pandemic has really sort of hit the number of people coming through. We still are generating revenues. We still have money in the bank. The loan is really going to bridge us pretty well. But our net revenue for the entire month is in the red by almost $300. So
$300 not bad.
yeah, it's okay. We're going to survive. It's not going to kill us. But these are usually the months where we are making money for the poor months of winter. So, there's still the opportunity for summer to come through like gangbusters. People are trying to do the things they need to do in their yards and whatnot. But, we're getting hit. We're not half what we were making like last month, but, we've definitely gotten hit a little bit. So just so you're aware, we're not making as much money as we normally would for this period of time. Now, if you guys want to check out the balance sheet.
Yeah, so I have the May 2020 balance sheet.
For June 2020. This is.
For some reason, I'm not able to see that in my treasurer's report.
No, go to treasurer's report to June 2020.
Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, treasurer's report, June 2020. Yeah, and now I'm going to pull up the balance sheet.
Yeah, go ahead and pull up the balance sheet.
Here's the balance sheet. You should see that on your screen right now. This is as of today.
Yeah. So a couple of things, the 8130, this is our bank balance as of today. We have no current outstanding pending checks. So, we're still quite solvent. I have added the $2,500 restricted fund to our assets because we are sitting on $2,500 for the Repair Cafe. It's a grant that Christina got, and she has set up a separate bank account for that. It's a savings account. So right now, I don't have that account plugged into QuickBooks. I have to get that information from Christina. But in the meantime, what I've done is created another chart of account, just called it restricted funds, and we can keep track of those funds here in that, without plugging in the bank account. So okay. As far as our current assets, we're sitting on about $10,631. So one thing that we did with our PPP loan is that we decided that since we had payroll and rent covered, we opted in the last meeting to pay off Dan. So we've zeroed out our laser debt to Dan and our old debt to Dan, and he is now covered. He is no longer commingling his personal funds with the bank account for the tool library. Now,
okay.
Go ahead. Questions?
Anything from Dan that says, okay, we're good?
We don't need that. We don't need anything from Dan.
Okay.
You got it from me. It's all in the numbers, and our accountant will verify that in terms of our actual taxes and the things that we file with the government. These are not things that require, these are the numbers. They're not subject to votes or verification. This is we're clear. We're clear with them. Plus, if we did need something, we got something we got an email from David regarding this. But the fact of the matter is that, based on the initial treasurer's report on the laser cutter and the whole fiasco with the Facebook situation, and I did talk with the accountant about that, and she's got access to our numbers. She'll review it. But, at a surface level, she agreed that we're cool. Now, one thing that has arisen in the conversation regarding that is Micah and what we have to report to the government regarding him. But I'll cover that in a minute when we're done with this. So anyway, as far as the scale of our liabilities and equity, we're looking at about $1,900. That's the scale of the tool library as a business. And that is essentially it's an erroneous number. We do not have an accurate fixed assets number because we've never done an actual valuation of the equipment we're in possession of. So, we're looking at that number going up when we actually do that inventory, but it is not really a high priority at this time.
Okay.
I discussed that with the accountant. And, in the future, when we're going for bigger grants, when we're trying to acquire more bigger donations, it's going to be important that we show, what we've got, really, because that gives us momentum. It's part of our public image. But in the meantime, it's not the most crucial priority on our list so far. So anyway, that's the balance sheet for this month. Now, the rest that I have to report is mostly verbal. I don't really have any other things than notes. But I discussed with the accountant, we met earlier this week, and I gave her the background on the company. Right now, our top priorities are getting our payroll straight. Now, up to this point, payroll has been done incorrectly. We've been paying out personal time off, which is not something that we should be doing. To the U.S. government, to the state, it looks like we're borrowing money from the employees to pay it to them, and it's a little confusing. But essentially, we're supposed to be setting that money aside. We're supposed to be matching the funds. So the thing is that having that line on their time cards is something that we're going to have to eliminate fairly soon. And so I had Julene Snyder is our assigned CPA with our accountant firm. She is going to be running our first payroll this Friday. And, we've had an issue with BZ not filling out his time cards. So from now on, it's going to be really crucial that we get BZ to turn his time card in by the Thursday before payday, because, we're going to be running the payroll. And this is the sort of thing where we can't have, a blank timesheet, sitting on the books. We only have 2 employees. This should be like a no-brainer. But
You know what? I don't think that's going to be a problem. We just make real clear to Michael and BZ that just say, guys, you want to get paid? This is what you got to do.
Well, I'll go ahead and text Michael and just say, hey, listen, man, this is a crucial thing. I need you to kind of take BZ under your wing a little and make sure he gets his time card in, before payday. That's that. And he's a good guy. He's smart. He's on top of shit. He'll make sure that gets done. So I'm actually going to go ahead and text him, maybe tomorrow. And hey, Eric, you've gone on mute. You've disappeared, Eric.
Here I am. I'm back.
There you are. All right.
Yeah. Like Houdini.
Little delay there. Yeah, you've definitely got. For a second there, I thought that was your backyard. I mean, that was your garage. I was like, God damn, dude, right on. You've totally organized the thing. And then I see you bounce, and I'm like, you're green screening that shit, aren't you?
Well, it's this is what I'm striving for.
Okay, all right.
You know, I mean, this is what my backyard really looks like.
It's looking grand. I've seen a lot of photos going on. So I'm like, right on. Definitely nature is blossoming. All
It
right, so
is.
the thing that, so the first priority that we have is our payroll, and that is getting handled this week. And we should have that all clear on Friday, and then we'll be switching. You'll notice I monked around with all the time cards. It's no longer going to be like the 1st to the 15th, the 16th,
Right.
the 31st. It's going to be every other Friday,
And is it going to be, where is it going to be located?
it's all virtual. It's all virtual.
No,
So-
no, I understand that, but is it on a Google Sheets page?
Well, the time cards we're going to handle the same way we've been doing them, and you and I, I know we meant to get together and do like a little coordination in terms of Google Drive, getting them into a page or into a folder. But right now, I checked with her, and she's fine. It doesn't need to be, a physical thing, and she's like, it's fine. Those Google Sheets they track versions. So if anybody fucks with them, it records who's made the changes, and you can just check it out. So if something doesn't look right, there's a history for each one, and it's right there. So she was like, no, Google Sheets is fine. Don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. We don't need to find some third-party software or anything. The way we're doing the time cards is fine. However, we're going to have to change the time cards and eliminate the personal time off. That time is no longer going to be handled and paid out. That is something that has to go into a sub account, and it's something I'll just keep track of, through QuickBooks. I'm not going to be doing any kind of, new bank account or everything. It's hold on for a second. The girls are coming in here, so I've got to vacate the room. See, I told you. I had dinner guests. This is the board.
We want
we won't
to
keep him
with
long.
you guys. We don't want to. I don't want to be with these two monks.
See, I mean, you guys are making me hang out with you mooks. I could be hanging out with a bevy of lovely young ladies, and my wife included. And but at any rate, so payroll, number one priority. Next priority is going to be getting our Square account figured out. So there's been a major error in the general attitude that because we're a nonprofit, we don't owe sales taxes to the state of Washington. All of the tool rentals and all of the shop time, we were supposed to be paying excise taxes on. Now it's not, a huge amount, but I mean it's substantial to us. It's like $5,000 or $6,000 cumulative since the beginning of the business in 2016. Now I talked with the accountant about it. That is going to be a major thing we have to absolutely start tracking, and that means that in Square we have to set up separate product categories. So basically when Michael rings up a transaction, he's got the buttons: membership, tool rental, equipment rental, or workshop rental, or like class, education, or whatever. If somebody wants to make a donation, there's got to be a button for that. So that, because the only thing that is not tracking those differences is Square. Now, MyTurn and Stripe, they track that stuff, and we can at least download all the transactions and then sort them and figure out, what's what.
Mm-hmm.
So far in Square, we just get money. It all comes in and comes out of the same bucket, and there's no differentiating what it was. So right now, it's all considered program fees, which are taxable. So it's absolutely crucial that we get that sorted. And that's our second priority right after payroll. So that's a big deal. Now, what I might be able to do is basically petition the tax review board.
Excuse me 1 second. Christine is coming
Yes.
into the room, and we have about 10 minutes. Now, Zoom is saying that we have to adhere to our 40-minute limit.
That's wise. That's fine.
Okay, so we have about 10 minutes to finish
Oh,
up.
there she is, Christina
Yep.
and Gordon.
Hey, Gordon. Hey, Christina. We have about 10 minutes left on our call to finish up. We will catch you up with a video from the treasurer's report up to this point, but it's 7 o'clock and we'll finish in about 10 minutes. Go ahead, Guy.
Okay, you can hear me?
You're in.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just covering.
I'm here with Kim as well.
Oh, hey Kim, what's happening,
Kim,
guys?
you're incognito. Hello, Kim. Hello.
Guys, sit tight. We only got 10 minutes of Zoom time. Let Guy finish.
Okay, so what I was just telling the guys here is with the accountant, I covered all of the little bits as far as our profit and loss and sheet and all that other stuff. That stuff you got via email. You can review it. We've got about $1,100 in assets. 8,100 of it is in our bank account, and we got $2,500 in restricted funds for the repair cafe as a grant. Anyway, so I met with the accountant. She said that our top priorities are: one, fixing our payroll system. Up to this point, payroll has been handled incorrectly, and there's been some misinterpretations of what should have been done. She and I are going to be working on it together. We're running our first payroll, and it'll be corrected. The second biggest priority is the tax situation, which she confirmed we have not been paying taxes that we were supposed to pay. Now, it's not a huge amount. It is, like going to be around $5,000 if the state tax board says we have to pay all the way back to the beginning. Now, what I might be able to do is petition the tax review board and say, hey, listen, the previous treasurers, blah, 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 and see if we can be forgiven the amount up to this point, because what we got to do is essentially just isolate what our memberships bring in, what our donations have brought in, and what the tool rentals and shop rentals are, because those are the parts that are taxable. And right now, there's no division between that with the primary method of charging transactions, which is through Square. So I've got to go ahead and go into Square and create the product categories that say, so when Michael rings someone up, he's got a button that says, membership, tips, tool rental, equipment rental, workshop fee, etc. So we're going to be working on that next. And once we get those two things done, that will put us pretty much square. And, we can always work with the state. They'll give us a payment plan or whatever. Incidentally, Gordon and Kim, your mic is muted. So if you have questions.
It's muted?
It's okay now.
It's okay now. So,
Okay.
So essentially, that's sort of the state of with the finance aspect of the business. So.
Okay.
Thank you.
You guys have any questions about that stuff?
No, except I have one. I talked to Dan today. I happened to be walking by his house and I saw him, so I talked to him and I said, and he was talking about he wanted to use the laser and blah, blah, blah. And I said, did you get a check from us, And he says, yeah, he got a check, but he didn't know what it was for. He said, and I said, well, it's pay you the laser. So
yeah, that should have been the balance on what we owed him.
Okay, but that was that explained to him when he got the check, or?
I sent it and I got an email back from David regarding that, and I've been corresponding with David.
Okay.
And David, that they received the check and that sort of thing. So again, I haven't been conversing directly with Dan because Dan never replies to my emails. So.
Well, I explained to him today that it was for his investment in the laser cutter and for money owed to him. So.
Yeah, that should have squared him out completely. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that, Gordon. That's greatly appreciated.
So Eric,
You got anything, Kim?
and should we end this and then restart?
Yeah, so we have a time limit on the Zoom call
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we got about 5 minutes left. But what I'm concerned about is I don't see Christina, and we don't have an agenda for the night's call. So I would rather cancel this or end this meeting now that we've done the treasurer's report. Wait for Christina to get us an agenda and meet again next month.
All right, that works fine.
Okay.
Since
Either that
everybody
or-
here is somewhat direct, associated with the shop committee, maybe we can start an email chain and start talking about what we're going to do with the shop, because that is another priority that we should start with fairly soon.
Okay. I'm at the tool library now. I'm using your computer. Mine didn't work. Mine said audio not supported by the browser. So that's why I was unable to talk or even hear you guys on it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, it may be Christina's problem too, because the Zoom has its own specialty.
Yeah, it probably needs an updated audio driver. What's that, Steve?
Eric, can you call Christina? She just sent me a text to ask you to call her. 360-269-0332.
Okay. I'm not going to call her. I'm going to end the meeting, and then I would suggest that she give us an agenda so that we can know what we're going to meet about next month.
Okay.
I have to go eat dinner with my family, and we got the treasurer's report out.
Okay.
We only have 3 minutes left
Okay.
for Zoom. I'm going to end this one, and then I will post the recording to email and propose that she come with a little bit more of an agenda for the next meeting.
Okay. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me or text me. You guys have my phone number, right?
Yeah. Oh, I tried to open your financial statements right on that you emailed me. They were all fuzzy and out of focus. So I don't know whether it's my computer or yours.
It's your computer, because everybody else here has seen them. If you need a different format, just let me know. I can change that. Or if you need some help with your setting up your computer, I could possibly get with that too.
Well, Gordon, you should be able to, if you can see the video that I'm going to send a link to in an email, then you will be able to see the profit and loss statement that Guy has included in the emails on the video, so that you can get a kind of an idea of what was going on there for this month. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll also look into the settings on it. If you still have a problem, just let me know. Okay. Because I'll work. I could try some other settings and set out a higher resolution version. It sounds to me like your browser is zoomed in all the way, and so the text is pixelating. It's
Okay.
If it's fuzzy.
Oh.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay, you guys. I will see you guys next month.
Okay. Thank you for your time. We'll